Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector, and I did a little bit of game hunting the other day, and I got some free stuff. I made a GameStop run, and I talked about this on my live last night, but I figured I'd just go ahead and make a quick video this morning. I did a little bit of game hunting, went to GameStop, and got about, I want to say 6 plus 5, 11. So about 14 games, 14, 15 games at GameStop for about 85 bucks. A combination of that is the free stuff that I got from there. Also, they're doing a 4 under 20, they're doing a 4 under 10 for 20 and a 4 under 5 for 10. Now, I'm not sure if that includes the 4 under 20 for 40, because usually they do that too, but I didn't see anything about that. So I may just check again and see if that's out there today. But all in all, this pickup was a little bit more successful than I realized. It wasn't until I started inputting some of the games into GameEye that I realized how much of a deal I got. So I'll show you the free stuff, and then I'll talk about the games that I did pick up. So first up on the free list is this copy of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Although when I got it, it was actually Budokai Tenkaichi, and then so that was the disc in there, and then there was just a Budokai, I guess, 1 disc in there. So this is all kinds of confused. I have the cover art for Budokai 3. In the case was Budokai with the manual for Budokai 3. And then Tenkaichi, and the manual for Tenkaichi is also in there. So this is just a very confused Budokai game. All in all, I will probably just wind up trading this away, because I do have Budokai 3 and the first Budokai and the Budokai HD remake that they put on the 360. So I probably won't keep this, but it was free. But it makes for a good use for trade. Next, they had Disney Infinity. Went ahead and picked this one up. Again, another decent trade piece. This one will probably stay in the collection for at least now. I do want to try this out. This is the Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy on the PlayStation 4. Didn't really understand why this was free, but I thought that this was pretty cool, so I went ahead and added that. Madden 17. Madden 17. Yeah, I don't really play a whole lot of Madden these days, so this one will also probably go up for trade, but they did have it there for free. And then these two PS3 games, I'm actually going to be keeping the cases for. This one will be a case swap. Can't really case swap with 2K because, you know, they have these stickers on the 2K games and even on the Madden games, and these are just almost impossible to get off cleanly. I've never tried to use like a heat gun to get this off, but I may just actually keep this in the collection. This is a very clean copy of 2K13, and it's got some of my faves on there in Kevin Durant and Derrick Rose, so may just keep this one. I mean, it was free, so this might stay in the collection. And then this will just be used for a case swap, because it's a very clean F1 racing game. So F1 Race Stars, I should say. So that is that as far as the free stuff goes. And then we can get into some of the stuff that I wound up actually paying for. So they had the 4 under 10 for 20, and I'll show you the 4 games that I picked up for 20 bucks. First being this copy of Loco Roco. This is actually a pretty cheap game, all in all. But all of these PSP games that I'm going to show you were complete in box. So this one is pretty decent. It's a moderately fun game. I haven't played a ton of this, but I have had this in the collection in the past. This game has come and gone from my collection at least 4 times. So they had it there. Picked that up. Then to make the deal work, I also picked up this copy of Monster Hunter Generations on the 3DS. Again, not an expensive game at all, but it was there, needed it to complete the deal. And who doesn't like a decent hack and slasher? So I went ahead and added that. And then I'll show these 2 games together. They had Patapon and Patapon 2. Now, I was a little surprised when putting Patapon 2 into GameEye. I didn't realize that Patapon 2 was like a $40-ish game. Or at least that's what it goes for on eBay. That's what GameEye says. So I thought that was a really good steal, being able to get this one. And then I think the first Patapon was like 10 bucks. So all in all, got some really good value here with all of these games. They were all complete in box. These 2 Patapon games are like nearly brand new. In fact, they before I made this video, I think this one still had some of the original wrapping attached to it. So really solid pickups, man. Like new PSP games, not bad for 20 bucks. Was pretty glad to add these back. I've had some of these, let them go, but now they're back. And then I'll show you the rest of the pickups here. So some more PSP games. This one was an add back to the collection. Valkyria Chronicles 2. Added this RPG back to the collection. Very good condition as well. So this is a pretty pleasant surprise to see there. Picked up Final Fantasy Crisis Core on the PSP. I know there's like a few ways to play this game. Went ahead and just added this one back, man. I've had this a few times. It was there. It was like 10 bucks. Why not? Added that back. And then they had this very clean copy of Castlevania on the PSP. I have this game already, but this one I think is a condition upgrade. This is very, very good. Very good condition. I think better condition than mine. No like imprints or indentation in the back of the case, like like mine does. Very clean, very clean. The manual is moderate, pretty decent, moderately clean. So pretty good copy here. Not mad at that at all. So went ahead and picked that up for a nice little condition upgrade. And then they had like this sealed copy of Lords of Shadow 2. I mean, it doesn't have the shrink wrap on it, but it does have the original like Xbox seal on it. So I'm gonna assume it's never been like opened or anything like that. All in still, very good finds. I don't have this in my collection on the 360. So pretty glad with what I was able to add in the collection. And again, all of these games added for about 85 bucks. So nothing too crazy. These are all additions to the PSP collection, which I've been getting back into the PSP. Man, I've had some pretty decent PSP pickups. Some shockers were Valkyria 2. This they had there for like I think like 12 or 13 bucks. And I wound up get this one Valkyria Chronicles 2 is like again another 40 or 50-ish dollar game. So honestly, between like Patapon 2, Valkyria Chronicles 2, and Patapon, I mean, there goes the value in what I paid, and then just everything else is pretty decent. So not bad, or everything else is pretty much on the house, I guess, as they say. So not bad at all. Some really cool stuff to add into the collection in these games being added in there, along with Monster Hunter Generations, Loco Roco. Got some pretty cool little stack there. And then also condition upgrade, adding 2K13. This is actually going in the collection. I need to get a 2K game back. Crash Insane Trilogy was also pretty nice. A case swap and a condition upgrade. And then we have some pieces that will just go into the low dollar trade bin that I'll just be using to make some trades. So felt like it was a pretty good deal, a nice little haul. I should be able, hopefully, I don't really do it. I'm trying to do it the easy way. But hopefully I can make the money back that I spent on this pretty easily. Once I sell some of the stuff in trade, I'll probably not make the money back because it's not like I spent a ton of money. It was 85 bucks. So I don't necessarily need to make it back, but hopefully just to be able to offset some of this, some of the cost here, and yeah, get some pretty decent ads. I don't do the flea market thing or like the yard sale thing. So whenever I'm able to snag deals like this at GameStop, for me, that's like my equivalent of like a yard sale deal. So pretty solid stuff. The promotion is still going on, so if you haven't had a chance to get out there and see what's available, I encourage you to go out there if you get a chance today. Those are the pickups. I'll be back with a video later on today, but that does it for me. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.